Bepis, and when we last left off, we just declared war to take over Cyrenaica. So that's what we're going to do. Is the Holy Order available? That's something that I did not check. They are available. So once these guys are raised, we'll send them in with the Holy Order as well. 7,000 troops. I did not mean to hit the disband button. At least it asks you before disbanding. He's traveling. I'd like to have him on the army here, because he's my best commander. And we'll get you on prepare armies now. Alright. My master of the horse is dead, and I inherited Al Jaff. Damn, that's the guy I wanted. Okay. It's this area here. Let's give it away. This guy's extolled by his house. Got decent stats. We'll do him. He's also from a minor noble family, so my vassals won't kick up too much of a fuss. And I want to see, this guy's old though, isn't he? And lustful. I don't want him in my court, because that just causes problems. All my mercenaries are gone now. But I do have the Holy Order. Look at that army. And I do have my special soldiers, too. They will be inherited, but there's not many of them. 300 total. Yeah, let's send them in, too. They can help. Alright, they're boating their way. Alright. Where are they going? Are they gonna just try and go to my capital or something? Got 2 months here. They're going to Alexandria for some reason. Inspiration's lower quality. Dang it. Let's train for a tournament. Well trained. Good. +5 to some of my vassals. So they're gonna siege down Alexandria. Okay, we took Tobruk. Alright, he's 27 pillager, open terrain expert, military engineer. Alright, let's go attack them. I think it's 4 months to get there. We have about maybe we might make it in time to stop the siege. It's just walking through the desert takes a ton of time. My son's looking at me intrigued. Oh boy, I stayed up late all night. Oh no, he might learn that. My son hunched over an empty changer. Okay. He got journaler from watching me because I was writing all night. Alright, let's try and force a battle. They abandoned the siege, but they're not going to be able to get away in time. Yeah. We outnumber them. They have Faithful Blade, though. That's a little bit of a problem. I got a loyalty hook on a champion. Cool. Let's force him to convert. I can get an dedication. No, I don't need one. I don't plan on holding it the whole time. Alright, we need to resupply. Took out a good chunk of them. It's like 200 we took out. Fine regalia. Nice. Not great, not terrible. Alright, let's get some more supply. Alright. I don't really want to... Let's walk there. Because if they can't avoid us in this narrow strip. So if we just walk there, they have to either move back or come fight us. Thank you for coming to my court. We've seen that event like 100 times. I'm not going to constantly keep reading it. Alright, looks like we're going to catch them. Again. Okay, why is our Mudbrick Tower's faithful blade leading old soldiers never back down? Oh, he's a martial-focused ruler. And he's leading his own troops. Eesh. Yeah, okay, we have battlements now. Offer of peace. No. I'm kicking your ass. And I'm not getting bogged down. We killed another 1,500 troops. If I was getting bogged down, maybe I would. Alright, we need to set a new innovation. They want to go household soldiers. You know what? That's not actually terrible. But I'm more of a learning guy. 2 years until we get communal government. That'll increase the development penalty. I don't need to boost that. Artillery sphere, we don't need the naval speed. Chronicle writing, not nearly as important. Development growth up 10% though, that's great. More economic buildings, that'll supercharge our economy. We don't need armored horsemen, not out here. Gilman, 15% maintenance discount. That is nice. Although we don't really spend that much money on the men-at-arms anyways. Battlements was the big one. And we just got a 5% discount. Spiritual expansionism. Oh, that's Iberia. Hereditary rule. That doesn't affect us because we're clan. Royal prerogative. That's a good one, but not necessary. 34 years for stone forts. And that'll give us... You know, I think I'm going to go with manorialism first. Supercharge the economy. Actually, you know what? Let's get the household soldiers. We'll have it probably in time to attack Persia again. We can now buy claims with sanctioned loopholes. A stupidly powerful perk you can get. It's so late in the tree, but it is so worth it. Apparently, Vadi spit in my son's food. And he started screaming at her. Vengeful. Deceitful or calm? Is deceitful +4, whereas vengeful is a bit less, but I gain a couple more bonuses. Vengeful it is. Oh boy, our son's not going to be a good kid. Callous and vengeful. Alright. We took that one. They're going back to Alexandria again. There's no supply here. Ugh. Alright, let's, like, I don't know, boat my way back to, someplace that can hold us. Let's boat our way back to Rashid. Alright, we got some more supplies. Alright, they're going back that way. Alright, let's boat our way over here then. We don't lose any supplies for a little bit while we're on the boat. Let's go for the next one. Battle will be in 30 days. We lost our detriment. Another 150 men in Jerusalem. Horse archers. I hate horse archers. I think the only thing that actually beats them is, crossbowmen. And we cannot get crossbowmen. Not yet, at least. But on the bright side, I did find out that horse archers are only good in plains and steppes. Drylands, plains, steppes. They suck almost anywhere else. And while we are fighting in drylands here, it doesn't really help them that much. 5 more months until we get our new cultural pillar. That'll help our technology growth. I've arrived in Jerusalem. Welcome, Sheik, whoever the fuck. Thank you for the shit that I asked for. He's a good knight. I don't want to ransom him yet. Because these are guys I've captured. I'll ransom her. She's not important. He's a decent knight. I want to keep him off the field. He's average. Alright. And then there's a kid. Hold on, there was a kid. He's disinherited. Huh. Oh, kid, I feel bad for you. At least your pops is paying to get you out of jail. Alright. A couple more months. We can do a siege off here. 10 months it'll take them to siege that. It'll take us 6 months to siege this down. Do they not have siege weapons? They do not. Wow. They didn't bring any siege weapons. My recent endeavors within the realm of theology have given me a greater appreciation for the Lord's representatives on Earth. I'll take the piety, thank you very much. My sister died. She drowned at 33. Oh, that sucks. Hey, but we got $300 and a 10% bonus to taxation in Jerusalem. That is awesome. Hold on, let me check my legend. It's spreading. Bit slowly. Is that as far as it's going to go? Oh, we never finished it. Because our guy died. Huh. Our guy died, so we never finished our legend. That's a shame. But we do get the modifiers. Station men-at-arms damage up 10 by 10. That's fine. Alright, we'll go back to you improving the artifacts. That's a shame, then. Divine Charity. Yeah, alright. Just making sure they're on the right jobs. You only got a couple months left for this. Okay, and my son... I can make him wrathful, brave, or stubborn. Stubborn's not terrible. It'll help his, terrible stewardship. Yeah, he needs it. Yeah, he needs that. Alright. Almost done there. Alright, we need to fight another battle. This is gonna get hairy, because we're gonna be out of supplies by the time we get there. And they unsieged it. They don't have many troops, though. Thank you for the money. Looks like we're gonna fight here. Ooh, they came in at the wrong time. Alright, let's get the scholar trait. Super bonus trait. We're starving. Okay. Let's go back to Rashid. I got a Silk Road thing. He's dead! The Seljuks are dead! That was not me. That was Egypt. Well, I guess we're taking over Persia. Honestly, that is ridiculous. Alright. We're taking tons of attrition. Let's split up the army, get them to increase their supply faster. And we got communal government. And we got dryland dwellers now. And communal government. Yeah, it's that one. And what is my spread? I'm not getting any cultural spread? Horseshoes. That's lame. I was hoping for something better than that. Giggling of maidens and usually austere warriors gathering in dark alcoves to listen, enraptured by a book. Oh, it's the same one again. I'll take the learning. And there's a war against my tributary. Alright, we got our... Oh my gosh, they're down there. Really? Alright, let's land there and then go there. And then we can go up to Tobruk again. I control the war target. I don't control Tobruk. That got unsieged. I shouldn't be getting ticking war score from that. Alright, they're gonna land... Alright. They're trying to hit me where I land. There's some rebels there. Okay. Yeah, because the rebels sieged that down. 2,000 here. That's not enough to take out that army up top. God, I hate rebels. There we go. Alright, done. We took Cyrenaica. Now we gotta do our 5 years of peace. Usurp that. Yoink. And... grant title. I'll get some prestige from that. There we go. We have Cyrenaica back. Oh my... The HRE. Why are you so strong? And he's a conqueror. Great. Just what I needed. Hopefully, the election will get that guy off the throne. And he's a Carling. Of course he's a Carling. England is falling apart, though. The Khazars aren't making their moves down south. They have a shit ton of herd. Alright. Let's start getting the, start getting the ransoms off. And welcome, brother. I have a tributary that would like to, that could join me. Maybe later. Well, we did get, that county in our lands now. It's in that duchy. It's got the max building slot. That duchy is powerful. That is a super powerful duchy. Because you got the capital with max building slots. And you got a couple side ones over here that are pretty good. And then you got this one down here with max building slots. That is a very powerful duchy. Granted, Jerusalem's also pretty powerful, but it's pretty small. You gotta build it up to make it powerful. Let's upgrade our castles. Make it much harder to siege down. Ah, we need to turn Gaza Bedouin. Because we are actually more advanced than the Mashrikis. I'm going to get anatomical studies. Better outcomes for my physician. And it says powerful vassals needed on the council. Yep, this spy master's no good anymore. You're equally as good. Although I want you... Eh, you're just as good. 34, jeez. Is that my axe? No. No, that is my axe. Advantage in desert and desert mountains. Awesome. Medina's Bedouin. We can upgrade the castle in Medina. We can also take back, no we can't. Because there's nothing to take back. Okay, my marshal, very hesitantly, brings my guest Muhammad to me. No, you can be a courtier, though. Tributary contract ended because the guy died. Okay. Popular support? Thank you for the money. We're making good money now. No, I'm not hosting the Cathars here. Titles can be created. We can make the Kingdom of Persia. But who would we give it to? That's the question. The coronation of the Malik of Syria. No thanks. I don't want to do that. You know, now that he's dead, we gotta take over this area. Again. Yeah, we need to take back Basra. Who's fighting for it, though? Defending against Safada. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine by me. Alright, we won't have to attack them for it then. Patroness Theologians. Alright. I will end this episode here, and I will see you all in the next episode, where hopefully we will be able to get our oath finished. Not even close. Okay. 2.5 levels for development growth. Jeez. And I get domain limit, permanent +1 domain limit. That is strong. Alright, I will see you all in the next episode, where, maybe we'll take a visit to the Silk Road. Yeah, you know what, we'll do that. I will see you all. Angels are calling your name.